All right, James, good to see you again.
You too.
Great to see you walking across the stage yesterday and getting your first class degree.
Yeah, managed not to trip. Yeah.
must have felt good getting a first.
Yeah, no, it was quite a bit of a shock when it came through, really.
Yes.
But because like the first and second year I didn't really do that well, but I sort of enjoyed my time at uni, so I'd say.
Yes.
Whereas this year, sort of knuckled down a bit more and used resources like the library quite a bit.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was,
that big thing with books in.
It's quite close to the uni, actually. Yeah, I thought it'd be that close, but yeah. That was good.
It was quite an interesting year from my perspective with you on my module, because when you handed in your first piece of work for review, it wasn't the best.
No,
so
yeah.
What grade did you get?
I think it was like a marginal fail or a fail.
Yeah, I think I was being generous with a marginal fail and not trying to put you off too much. And yet, when you submitted your final piece, you got a
mid-first,
Mid-first, yeah. And I think I was probably being slightly harsh on that. It could have been borderline high first, so it was.
I'd have to agree with you. Yeah.
it was an incredible turnaround from where you got. So how did you do that? How did you get from complete no hope?
Yeah, I just I put quite a lot more time into it. Obviously, the project over Christmas, and I probably didn't take it as seriously as I should have. So that's just down to me, really. And then, just started really knuckling down using now, going on looking at resources, and obviously, like I've used yourself quite a lot. And I'd recommend that a hell of a lot to everyone, because I mean, the resources there, they're great. You sort of helped me an incredible amount. I can't really thank you enough for that, to be fair.
That's not a problem. It's always said, like Hogwarts, help is always available to those who ask.
Yeah.
So what helped you on now? You said you use resources on now.
Just actually sort of the first part of the year. Obviously, it's a new subject to me. I didn't sort of really understand it that well. I did find it quite hard to actually get my head around it. And I probably didn't use now as much as I should have, because obviously everything that we need is on there.
Yeah.
But I sort of didn't really put time into using it. Whereas after I came back in January, I've sort of started using it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Even half an hour to an hour at night, just reading through resources again.
Yeah.
And all the sort of links that are on the lecture slides, sort of follow them through and actually do a bit of wider reading as well.
A bit wider reading.
Yeah.
that will explain it, because obviously that wider reading does help get you from a good to a very good report, and that obviously was reflected in what you finally submitted. It was quite interesting because you had quite a few iterations along the way.
Yeah.
And it was certainly, using that J word, you certainly went on a journey from totally unbearable to unbelievable almost. Had you done any sort of business report writing before?
No, it was obviously every other module is just it's not a business report format.
Yeah.
I did find the structure of writing it, and sort of narrowing it down to what being concise, I would say, about what you need to actually sort of write. Because I was waffling, I started telling the story. I remember the first thing the he said to me is just cut the crap, so to speak, and just get to the point, really. But yeah, I mean, there's you did put like how to write a business report on it, so I did spend quite a bit sort of looking through that and actually working out, because obviously the report that's right, I think that was 25% of the actual overall mark, the actual format.
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously that's quite a large proportion. So actually getting the format was sort of key as well.
Yes.
So yeah, no.
No, obviously worked.
Yeah.
So, in terms of going forwards from here, what do you think you've learned from this sort of report writing module?
In terms of what I do like every day, it's a bit. I can't say I actually use like business reports, but in terms of your module, I had the board of directors for my company I work at that came in the other day, and they were sort of trying to explain what NEDs do.
Yes.
And everyone was sort of looking a bit confused, and they seemed a bit unsure themselves what they were supposed to do. So it was quite good to actually know what they should be doing. And we managed. There was 30 of us in the meeting. We managed to sort of ask them a few questions, and it was I sort of understood where they were coming from and their role a bit more than I think everyone else in the room did. So that was quite nice as well to have that in my sort of locker as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And how about communication within your role? Do you do any written communication?
No, it's like a sales-based role at the moment, so a lot of it is cold calling, unfortunately. The only written sort of thing is emails, which is a bit unfortunate. But hopefully, if I find the time, sort of wouldn't mind sort of carrying on, sort of trying to keep it up. So I think it can help in sort of everyday life, really.
Well, it certainly did transform the way you communicated in a sort of written format from being, as you said, quite discursive,
waffly,
not getting to the point to sort of get into the heart of the matter. So that will help whenever you're writing.
Yeah. So I never know. I might get fired and become a journalist in a newspaper. So I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully not.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's great to see you back.
Yeah,
and I said I'm really pleased to see you go across that stage yesterday and get your degree. And I wish you all the best.
No, you too.
In your future role.
No, thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Jim.
No problem. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks.
Cheers.